What is up, Bears fans, and as always, welcome back to the Bear Review. All right, so it's time to buckle up because today we're talking about the Bears' first preseason game of the Ben Johnson era, a 24-24 tie with the Miami Dolphins. And it's not just any tie. Oh no, this is a full circle moment in Bears history, actually. The last time Chicago tied a game at Soldier Field was 1973. The opponent? Yep, the Miami Dolphins. 5 decades later, here we are again. Creepy? Maybe. Memorable? Absolutely. Let's jump right in. Okay, let's start with the quarterbacks. Caleb Williams was not on the field today. However, Tyson Bagent got the nod to start. Now things were a bit rocky to open with a quick 3-and-out to kick things off. However, he did settle in and finished 13 for 19 with 103 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 tipped ball interception. The real highlight of Bagent's time on the field was a 16-play, 94-yard touchdown drive ending in a strike to Maurice Alexander. Now, as most as you know, I'm not a huge Tyson Bagent fan, but he did show grit and poise, and that's the kind of drive that earns you respect in the locker room. Then Case Keenum stepped in, and folks, this is where the offense popped. Keenum went 8 for 10 for 80 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a passer rating of 139.6. He hit rookie Deion Hankins for a go-ahead score in the third quarter, then dropped a dime to Jahdae Walker in the fourth to reclaim the lead. Now, we also had 3 lead changes in the final 15 minutes of the game, and it truly felt like a regular season nail-biter. So let's quickly talk the trenches, namely the left tackle battle. Braxton Jones versus rookie Ozzy Trapilo. And right now, it's still wide open. Braxton Jones got the start, but neither guy really separated themselves, and we saw some pressures get through. While overall I felt Ozzy won the day between the two, this is one positional fight we're going to be talking about all preseason long. Next up, we're going to talk about the defense, and Dennis Allen's group came to hunt today. The second string unit in particular made life miserable for Miami's offense, holding the starters scoreless on their opening drive and racking up 6 sacks and 2 forced fumbles on the day. The star of the game, though, is none other than second-year player Austin Booker. Today was Booker's coming out party to the NFL, where he had 6 tackles, 3 tackles for a loss, 3 sacks, 4 quarterback hits, and a forced fumble. Now that strip sack on Quinn Ayers directly set up a Bears touchdown. Coach Johnson called him menacing, and he wasn't wrong. Booker showed extreme burst off the edge and spent nearly all day in the backfield and was almost completely unblockable. I also got to give some love to Noah Sewell, a man who's been a bit forgotten amongst Bears fans recently because he's either been injured or just hasn't produced it on the field. But today, he showed up in spades. He forced a fumble of his own early on, and his 4th and goal stuff was pure muscle and willpower. Overall, the defense brought energy, swagger, and a little bit of old school nastiness to the field today. Speaking of energy, a lot of the rookies showed up big today too. A drafted free agent out of Texas A&M, Jahdae Walker, led the team with 41 yards on 3 catches, including a 15-yard score. Deion Hankins, another touchdown with strong red zone presence. Luther Burden III showed his smooth route running to go along with 2 grabs for 29 yards. Then there was also 7th-round pick Kyle Monangai, who led the ground game with 30 yards on 6 carries. Put the ball in Monangai's hands today, and he was breaking tackles and moving piles. It's good to see these guys aren't just camp bodies, but they're making real cases for roster spots on this team moving forward. And I do have to give a special flower to the special teams today, namely Cairo Santos, who nailed a 57-yard field goal before halftime. If this was a regular season game, this would have been his career long. Unfortunately, not all news was good, though. Rookie safety Major Burns left with a knee injury. Travis Homer and linebacker Aman Abomiga also got banged up. And also, before I forget, Terrell Smith left the game with a groin injury. Fingers crossed, they all heal up fast and are ready for the next game. So now the focus shifts to next week against the Buffalo Bills. The million-dollar question, will we see Caleb Williams make his preseason debut? I think at this point, the answer is yes. Today was a good game, but it's time for the first-team offense to get on the field and start building some continuity. So let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comments on who impressed you the most against Miami. Let me know which roster battles you're watching closest, and what do you want to see happen before week 1 of the regular season. Now don't forget to like the video and share it with your fellow Bears fans. Subscribe if you haven't. As always, I appreciate everyone that watches. And until next time, guys, bear down.